Hi guys. Hi. This is Shuang. I'm Shuang Li with CGTN, and we're live from Sandu'ao in Ningde in Fujian Province. It's been raining since this morning, but we can't miss this extraordinary aqua offshore cultivation platform, and it's world-renowned. And I have here three nice gentlemen, two media friends, and one professor with me. Guys, can you please introduce yourselves? We're starting from Mark.
Salufalavo. I'm here in Sandu'ao. I am Miltomak member. I'm from the Pacific Island nation of Samoa, representing Savali newspaper.
And Professor Gong.
Hi guys, I'm Joe. Can call me Joe Gong. I'm a professor of English in Ningde University. I'm so happy today. I just help briefing basic information for all the guests to Ningde. Welcome to Ningde.
Thank you. And last but not least,
hi, I'm Jun Abinis from the Philippines, and I'm really happy to see this kind of activity here, and I'm happy to say what I think about this place.
Okay, fantastic, gentlemen. Professor Gong, let's start with you. So it's been raining since this morning.
Yes.
My question is, has it always been like this in this area, or today we just got lucky?
Oh no, today is a special day set for special guests. You know, just yesterday I brought another group of tourists organized by the Culture and Tourism Bureau, and the weather is so good, it's just sunny. It's not the normal weather like this.
Okay.
Today is,
So
these days are the rainy seasons.
Raining season.
Yes.
See, we just got lucky, gentlemen.
Exactly.
Mark, tell me a little bit about what you see here. Your first impression of this place.
So my first impression of this place was quite huge. We were coming along when we left the dock from the mainland. I saw one place with these floating plastics, and I thought maybe this is Sandu'ao. And then it took us a while until we got to the main spot where we docked right over there. So my first impression was it's quite huge. I wish my country had something like this. It looks sustainable with the solar panels, windmills everywhere. It's quite amazing.
Yes, I was just told by the owner of this, supervisor of this place, that this is actually China's, the biggest cultivation center for yellow croaker in China. So, June, what about you?
Yes, the first time I set foot here, I was really impressed. I have basic understanding about fish culture. From my country, Philippines, we have 7,100 islands and all the fishing thing, but we don't have like this. From seeing the platform and the organized fish pens, I could see that there's a huge, deep planning and understanding about the challenges of fish culture. And with the number of production of this place, I think this is a very good investment for a country that really needs to feed millions or billions of people. I think Philippines can learn from this using this technology and the planning. Even with the choices of the location, I see mountains surrounding the area. This is a good choice, and the choice of the fish species, a delicious one. So I could say everything falls in the right places, and we should have like this in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's quite on point. My first impression of this place is also that, I mean, it's big, it's huge, but it's also quite organized. Also, I was speaking with the supervisor about technologies that's being used to keep this place running. Like they have, they use technologies and machines to to check the water temperature and the pH value to make sure that the fishes are growing healthily. And yeah, so Professor Gong, do you know anything else about technology being used at this place?
Yes, maybe first let me just add some important information about this area.
Of
this
course.
area is called Sandu Bay, okay, the largest bay in China and the rare in the world. It's good for just big ship to operate all the year round actually inside. And now, okay, sea farming is very popular here, and the production of the yellow croakers take up about 80 to 85% of that total in the country.
Right.
of course, formerly it was not like this model, and we use foam and wooden cages. But these days we upgrade and use the plastic material, so make the cages more sustainable and able to endure large typhoons and so on. So that make it a very modern way to raise more fish.
Yeah, now we can see that a worker at this place is feeding the fishes in the big pond. I was just told that there's also variety in the breeds of the fish. So there are more than 5 different breeds of fish in this pond. Gentlemen, what do you think?
Yes, you know, they told me this cage is 12 meters deep and 24 times 24 meters long.
Right.
And just within single cage, they can just raise 50 tons of perches or yellow croaker. So really make a big business and money here.
Right. Mark, yellow croaker and sea bass is being raised here. Are those type of fishes that's being consumed in Samoa?
Well, the yellow croaker, I doubt there's any yellow croakers there. I don't know if it has anything to do with the climate. But I have had the yellow croaker twice when I arrived at Fujian, on the first night here and then also last night.
Oh yes, we tried those.
It was actually quite amazing. I would recommend it if you visit Fujian. Now, we can see right here, this pond is quite huge. Now in my country, we have similar stuff. We have these sanctuaries for fish, both in the village and ones developed by our Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries. So it was made to protect the fishes from illegal fishing. Some people tend to fish the small ones and it ends up depleting the population. So village communities have come up with a way to set up a sanctuary in each village. Now, in that area, you cannot fish. You can fish anywhere else, but you can't fish in the sanctuary. If you do, you get fined. And it's been a good step by the government to try and preserve our aquaculture. And I do hope something like this, like at Sandu'ao, will be available to my country.
Yeah, go for it, Mark.
You want to have a try to see them?
It will be.
Yeah, exactly. Well, go. Here we go.
Woo!
Wow!
Good job.
That's how you catch dinner. Who's going next?
I guess.
You. Professor? Would you like?
Lady first?
Go ahead. After you, Professor.
Go.
Okay. Wow. As you can see, this pond.
Could you have a try?
Yeah, let's.
Yes. Let me try on that side. Wow.
Wow.
And then, June, while we're at it, I think we brought up a very important and crucial point in terms of fishery and aquacultivation, which is sustainable.
Yes.
Tell us a bit more of how the government is encouraging and making sure that sustainability is being ensured in your country.
In my country, we have lots of fishery laws that's being created by our government, but the problem is the implementation. You see, we have 7,100 plus islands, and dynamite fishing and cyanide is really rampant. And I learned that around 40% of the fish caught in our country came from illegal fishing. So this is really a challenge. But because we are so blessed with sea, we have millions and millions of hectares surrounding Pacific Ocean. So we are still, more or less, we're still getting fish. But I think sustainability is the future like this, because we cannot just go on destroying our resources, our seas, and then rely on it. So I think the future is really on enforcing conservation and cutting off the illegal fishing. That's our challenge.
Yes, because we also have to be responsible for the future generations. Mark, yes, go ahead.
One of the other things that caught my mind, because I'm from the Pacific, we're big on protecting our aquaculture, our oceans. Now, one of the biggest problems around the world is the microplastics that you find in the ocean.
Yes.
People tend to dump a lot of these trash in the ocean, and this ends up breaking down. Now, the microplastics can be harmful to the fish. So, what I was told that here in Sandu'ao, they started off the fishing village using foam, using plastic bottles, and this was not good for the aquaculture. Now, they made the move to make everything eco-friendly. So now it'll be healthy for the fish and also for the people consuming the fish. So I do hope a lot of other countries pick up on this eco-friendly initiative that China has moved forward with. They not only did it for the aquaculture, they're now doing it with a lot of the industrial zones, a lot of the factories around China. China's moving to a more greener, cleaner future. So hats off to that.
Yeah. Precisely.
Yes,
Do you have anything to add?
indeed, such kind of sustainable will be able to help more people get out of poverty in our local area. And you know, this is a big business. It has already reached a range of 10 billion yuan of value of yellow croakers,
Yes.
and also 300,000 of people involved in this business. So this, of course, the first idea came to our leader, President Xi, at the very beginning, proposed that we should make good use of the resources of the mountains and the seas. So that's why we have today's great results.
That's right, especially for a place, for a platform of this size, sustainability and being eco-friendly is absolutely crucial.
I'd like to add on to Joe because I'm from the Pacific Island country where we're surrounded by the sea. And of course, fishing, the fisheries is a livelihood for a lot of people. We've been doing it for generations and generations.
Yes.
Now, a lot of countries still are using these motorboats. It's really convenient, really faster. But in my country, a lot of the people are still using the canoes to go fish, the bamboo rods as well.
The old-fashioned
So yeah, the old-fashioned way. They dive deep into the ocean late at night with their flashlights trying to go fish. Seeing places like this, it could help a lot in my country, not only with the fisheries, the aquaculture, the health of the aquaculture, but also towards the livelihood of people. This would be a good way for a lot of people to generate income.
Yeah, of course.
If you go to the fish, we have a fish market in my country on each island, and that every Sunday, because we have special meals on Sunday, we call it Tunai. Now, every Sunday morning, 5 a.m., 4 a.m., that's the most popular place. Everyone just goes for the fish. It can cost up to like 300 tala, 200 tala. People still buy it. It's a delicacy in my country. So, looking at this quite amazes me. And coming to Fujian, it feels like home. It's the tropical weather and everything, even though it's a gloomy day today. But I feel quite at home, honestly.
That's great. And I don't know if you can see here, but so these are yellow croakers that are frozen and being shipped all around the world. The supervisor said that most of the yellow croakers that are being produced here are being exported abroad to countries like Japan, South Korea, and even the US and Canada. I think there's also a lot of, like Mark said, people and also machinery involved in the whole process, and then maybe other countries not only in the Asia Pacific but also globally can learn from their practice.
Yes, I agree, because fishing is just fish culture is just one aspect of the whole food chain. In our country, there are some people who initiated this kind, but they cannot market their fish. So there has to be an integrated planning that makes sure that when you harvest the fish, it will be preserved well and shipped immediately to the market. And that's what we don't have in our country. So that's why there were many investments that failed, because you failed to look at the bigger picture. So it's good to hear from this kind of practice that you don't just culture the fish. You have to look far beyond by making sure that the fish is harvested and made fresh and shipped to the right market. Because once you invested too much money and effort, and then no one's buying, or maybe there's no one trying to compete, if you miss that spectrum of the whole food chain, the endeavor will fail. So it's good to mention that there must be a facility and a market to deliver the right product.
Absolutely. It's not, like you said, it's not just about cultivation and harvesting, it's also shipping. So I think the government and also big companies need to get involved and make sure that the whole supply chain, there's entirety in the whole supply chain.
I agree.
Yeah, and 85% of the yellow crocus produced here. And nowadays, of course, we have more modern ways of processing the yellow crocus. These are just frozen, and we have different ways to process them in different types. And for example, we get rid of all the bones and make them package them together, packaged one, so they can be even easily sold to the market and more easily digested, enjoyed by all kinds of people.
Yes, I think it would be easier to, especially if you're shipping towards the
to the Western world.
Yes.
Because for example, bones and the shells and skins all got rid of.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky too.
To
get rid of those.
So all those are processed, and they can just eat the fish immediately without any other additional or just work.
I don't know if you know about the history of this village, Professor, but I just talked to the supervisor and he told me that here in Sandu'ao they have been cultivating and harvesting and selling fishes for over 30 years.
That's right. So we are talking about the history of this fish. We are very blessed indeed. And we have the original breeding place for the yellow croaker.
Oh, wow.
One of the 4 breeding places in China is in Ningde City. So, but because the overfishing, so we just make it extinct, no more fish. So we just now, the manager mentioned, we have to thank President Xi for sort of bringing this back. That time when he was the leader here, he assigned 600,000 yuan to gather scientists together here, then to bring it back again to life. So today we have such kind of fish.
Yeah, I think June also mentioned government involvement in the whole industry is essential, and it's something that's currently maybe lacking in your home country.
Yes, because I've been working in the export industry in my country for a long time, and every time there are food production, the challenge is the facility. So when the government will not put up the right facility, the right roads, the right freezing area, the farmers get discouraged when you have lots of harvest and you cannot just deliver it to the right price. The endeavor will be wasted.
Right. Mark, what are the difficulties that's currently fishery industry is facing in your country?
Well, I'd say we face the same difficulty with the Philippines, like you just mentioned, in terms of the resources. We're a small country, and we lack a lot of resources. I know a lot of the fishermen need a lot of stuff to keep the fish cool, like freezers and everything. Now, if they don't have that, they can't fish more than they can, and then they can't store it because it's gonna end up gonna waste anyway. So they fish what they can consume, but they don't fish what they can sell. Like, they have to sell it by the end of the day, otherwise it's just gonna be a waste.
Right.
So the government's working. I believe the government's working on ways to help the fisheries sector. I know a lot of people have been benefiting from a lot of government projects because mainly we're on agriculture, but there's still a lot of people whose livelihoods are fisheries.
And then talking about livelihood, so Ningde is actually located in a very special, the location is very special because in the north there are mountains. I don't know if you can see from afar, even though it's a bit foggy and cloudy, yes. So in the north there are mountains, and in the south and then on the other side it's sea. So the people in Ningde has the has the fortune to so in their diet there's not only seafood but also delicacies from the mountain. And it's something that President Xi has been promoting since he served as party chief here in Fujian Province, which is called an all-encompassing diet, so that people are not only digesting one type of food, but there's a variety on people's dining table. I think that's also something very interesting in terms of making sure that people, not just the country is going modern, but everyone has the chance of making sure that their life is getting better.
Yes.
I don't know how you think about.
I think that's a good move, especially during President Xi's time here as the party chief. We visited one of the exhibition centers yesterday on poverty alleviation.
Yes.
Now, I know China successfully eliminated poverty in 2015.
Right.
But listening to one of our lectures from Professor Zhou right here, he gave us an insight on how President Xi at the time when he was party chief here in Fujian, how he took Fujian out of poverty. Now, we were given an example, like we were given 4 different photos. One was a black and white photo of people on a boat, and then the next one they're growing up, and then now they have families, and now they have their own businesses and houses. Now, that's a big move out of poverty, and this was all credited to President Xi. So I'd say it's a good move forward, looking forward to what China has in the next 10, 20 years.
Yes. Even though we're here at a fishing point, but there's really a lot of stories here to tell in Ningde and in Fujian Province. And here we can see another technology being used in showcase, which is the solar panel. So which makes the place even more eco-friendly. And yeah. So June, you also visited the lifting poverty exhibition yesterday.
Yes. And
what are the major takeaways?
I think the maximization of technology and deep and good planning makes things successful. And just like this, this place does not only produce one variety,
right,
but plenty of kind of species, and also the integration of the technology like solar. So this project is not just for one short term.
Yes.
The slowly it learns the challenges of the endeavor. It becomes stronger and more sustainable because the more good ideas are integrated, and more good practices are integrated in a slow basis, and it ensures a sustainable and long-term success.
Right. So it's not just about planning. It's not just about execution. It's also about good planning, like you said.
Yes, and it's like you don't just looking at fishing. It's just one of the aspects, but you're going to feed a country, and you need to integrate it to the whole spectrum of running the nation.
Yeah, and seeing the big picture.
Yes.
That's a good point.
I must add, all these are the real results of President Xi's idea at that time. 大食物光.
Right.
大食物光. I have to say that it's a little bit challenging. Okay, it's a macro food concept.
Yes.
那对靠山吃山，靠海吃海。那对 we just make every possible good use of the mountainous resources or the coastal resources to produce food sustainably to meet the needs of the people.
Yes.
Okay, from generation to generation.
Yes, meeting the need of the people is the core in everything we do and everything we see here.
Yeah.
So today it's hard to stay dry, I gotta say, here, but it's been a very productive day, and it's been very educational. We've learned a lot. I think not just me, but also the gentleman here. We see the aqua cultivation platform, and we also see how this place is doing its best to ensure sustainability, and then how they put high technology in use. And then we've also heard from our guests from the Asia Pacific countries about how fishery is being practiced in their countries and what they can learn from here. Yeah, I think that will be it, gentlemen. What do you think?
Yeah, for me, I think my takeaway in this tour is that it's good that you not only have this big project, but you shared it to us.
Yes.
It's like when you do something great, you do something good, successful, you should not hide it. You should share it so that your neighbors can learn from it. And I think it's a very good thing to do.
So it's for the humanity. That's a fantastic end note to our session today, humanity. And yeah, thank you again, gentlemen, for joining me for this fantastic live stream session. And hopefully we'll see you again.
See you.
See ya.
Welcome to Ningde.